guys had the star chart. Let's just do a quick introduction. I will do it because I know all of your guys' names. Your name is Panya. Your name is Chief. Your name is Eric. And you guys are the adventurers of the Fist of the No Guild Coat. Let's all roll initiative. Let's start with that, shall we?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm rolling the ones out.
I got a 3.
Alright, so I'm going to put Chief first.
I got a 5.
That's a 14.
I get a +1 to my initiative, which I haven't been using at all, so I get a 4.
I beat you by rolling 1. I love it.
That's a 14.
So what did you get?
I rolled a 1, got a 5.
Okay, I wrote that you got a 10. So
I got a 10.
And you got a 14.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright. So, why don't you guys, if you have any ideas for where you want to go, I'm just going to... Temenib is, by the way, still with you. I guess I should roll his initiative, because I feel like that would be somewhat important. Actually, can someone just roll die for me for Temenib?
I just rolled a 19, so...
Alright.
Temenib.
Temenib is...
Or a 13, you can
MVP.
pick either one.
Temenib is the MVP. He's carrying the team, unlike last week where he couldn't hit a fucking
He hit me.
fly. He hit you.
He did, yeah.
Alright, so Chief,
Yes!
Panya,
What?
Eric, stop the undead uprising. This
Turn
falls
your
onto you.
phone
Fucking hell.
Turn off your
Just
phone.
stop it, like, right now. You have one turn. Stop the undead uprising.
Please stop.
I would really like to chill out, take a day, rest up.
Why?
I'm hurt. I'm very hurt.
You'll be fine. I
No,
think we should press
this is
on.
part of the reason I'm hurt.
We should...
Physically and emotionally.
we should keep
I'm
going.
reaching out to you, Panya.
No.
How about
Temenib offers, I understand, urgency to move ahead and also the desire to rest your wounds. So he just moves his hands around, a little bit of glowing light comes from it. You recognize it as just a simple healing spell, and he heals you guys back up to full.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It takes 1 hour. It is now.
We're just
noon.
watching Powerball for 1 hour.
It's noon, just so everybody knows.
It's noon.
Let's go.
Let's go. Oh shit, my map.
Where are we going?
Good
Which
question.
direction shall we go?
Could I see that star chart for just a moment?
Be my guest, because we need to go to the astronomer's place
I'm
and
gonna
line
pull
up
up-
the star chart.
I'm going to pull out my star chart,
You
which
have
I've... Yes, you can buy them just about anywhere here in the city. A lot of people believe very strongly in the properties of stars to guide their way. I'm going to compare the star charts. Do they look similar, or is this star chart different, this piece?
This star chart seems older than your star chart.
So the stars are vaguely the same, but out of alignment.
Yes, yeah.
I am pretty sure that if we go to the astronomer's place, there were like star diagrams all over the wall and everything like that. Like, we're gonna find something.
Sounds neat.
Well, the place was ransacked, wasn't it? And it just kind of leads to reason that, you know, the man with the golden mask who was carrying the star chart would have like, if he's ahead of us.
He's already been through there?
Yeah.
Or he's been through there?
Yeah. Like, I'm not out to lunch here, am I?
In the very least, we can figure out if the astronomer's time of burial was older or newer by comparing it with the star chart we have here and the star chart I purchased. So we can at least try to figure out a vague date for when this piece of a star chart's from. If it's extremely old, then we might have some difficulty, even if we are able to assemble all of it.
Does it have, like, any markings on it? Let's take a look at it. Let's proceed.
So you're going to study the star chart piece you have?
I am.
Go for it. And it's do a knowledge nature check.
Get on the table.
Get on the table.
Knowledge nature. That's a 13.
So 13. So there's no markings on it. You just see a bunch of small little dots.
Yeah.
You presume them to be stars.
Yeah.
But what you do notice on your study is that it seems to be torn off of a bigger star chart. It's like a piece that was just ripped out. So like on all 4 edges, it looks like someone like cut it out with a knife or just tore it off of a existing star chart.
Do we... Does it... how would you say... Is it like a recognizable constellation or anything like that?
No. If you look at the star chart that Eric has, it's just the stars from Wadi,
Yeah.
but just not the ones that he has there.
Yeah, notably different.
Yeah.
Just looking at the map on the wall.
That's you,
Yeah,
right there.
Mati.
Hello.
That building right there.
Oh, footsies, I'm sorry.
Gross.
Well,
well,
the other question is, do we know where this this fellow and his birdcage were?
he was arguing with a bird. You remember that bird that... You guys remember the bird?
Yeah,
mean
what was his
Timetic?
name?
Mena's bird?
I don't think he was arguing with my bird.
How many talking birds are there?
She didn't say she was arguing with a bird. He was arguing with a bird cage.
Like,
Right.
arguing and had a bird cage or arguing with the bird cage?
I don't know. We're on their property. We could go back and ask them, but I remember just saying arguing with a bird cage.
I think what he was
Labs.
arguing with was immaterial. The question is where.
Let me just...
Whether it's a bird or a bird cage, if we find the person, we'll find what they're arguing with.
But does he have a bird cage that could we easily spot him?
So they actually Unwrapped Harmony mentioned that they found him arguing near Merid's Caress, which is the bathhouse you guys were at.
Yeah.
That fell apart. That's where they found him arguing, and then the star chart.
Interesting.
So should we go back to the bathhouse and look around?
I think we should go to the star chart first, try to find the steps.
Well, where's this star chart
It's
on
the
your...
observatory, the compass.
Oh, on the bottom.
Yeah, it's the compass tomb of
Well, let's go look
M&M.
there and see if we can find anything.
the, Madrid's Caress, Mankip. Yeah, Mankip Matcha Man.
Menkit Matcha. You're getting closer, though.
I wrote down Mankip Matcha Man, so I will never learn his name.
What if
I'm serious. I seriously think we need to go to the tomb of Machem.
you have more experience with what's been going on in the city than I do? Your thoughts?
I think a good first step would be to go to the compass, the star chart. Let's go take a look.
All right then.
All right. It's only about a 45-minute walk to get there. As you guys come back in, you find the same kind of small, simple, quiet building amidst the city of ruins, which are lavish. This is a tomb that's quite simple, and it seems to be exactly as you left it earlier this morning.
Wunderbar. Let's do a perception here.
Sure.
We're going to search this place for something that's got a missing corner
Sure.
of star chart. That's a 5. No, a 3. I don't have a bonus in wisdom.
So, are you searching outside or inside?
Inside.
Okay. You can actually tell that while searching, even with this, with you as a
Shit
quick
roll.
little skim, that all the star charts in here are actually carved on the wall into the stone.
Oh,
Yeah. So there's no fabric on any of these star charts.
piss.
Shall we compare them?
Yeah. Yeah, we shall.
You sound deflated, Chief. Is
Uh,
something the matter?
No, nothing's the matter. I just thought we had a hot lead.
It's all right there, champ.
What about this place has a basement? I'm gonna go quickly look at the basement.
Sure. Are you guys gonna...
I'm very confused as to why, both what and why he's looking around like this, because I had no idea he was looking for tapestries. This was not something I had understood.
1.
You can't seem to find the path down to the basement. That is a few feet over, but you missed it.
Sulking.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to try and compare, only getting a 13, but I'm going to compare my star chart, the scrap of a star chart, and the carvings on the wall.
So the star chart that you have is older than the ones for the walls here. So like,
Interesting.
And it's actually closer to the one that is from the torn out star chart. So it would be like, the one in the tomb is about here. Then there's like the scrap, and then yours is farther away. So like,
So I bought a defunct star chart. Or my chart's the newest. The
Yes,
scrap is.
yes,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I was
that
like, I bought the oldest chart in the city. Okay, interesting. Do we know when he was when he died? Does anyone remember? Did anyone bother to find out? No.
No one's
Is
that.
there a plaque on the wall or something? Usually places like this have a plaque on the wall that tells you
You
about the
think
site.
so,
Why don't you
hey?
do a perception check? Oh, let's do a perception check of my own.
I roll a 20. I go looking like a tourist for a little post with a metal piece on it that tells me in my language all about this location.
And it just so happens it's like right beside you. You don't even have to look around.
It just leans.
Oh, would you look at that?
He's been dead
He's been dead.
a millennium.
I'm gonna say like 500 years. Like he's dead.
Well, we know that the star chart they stole is not older than 500 years.
Well, that's great.
Stole from where though?
I wish this plaque was more precise, but
Yeah. Basically, like he was like, I don't know how to describe it. If he's buried in the dead side of the city, he's an old astronomer.
yeah.
So that's
He dates from when this was at least a live part of the city.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I am afraid this seems to have been a bit of a dead end. Shall we check out Marin's Caress? My only concern is, now that we've come here, is it likely the person's still going to be waiting there? Is there any other place they might have gone? We have someone who also has a star chart and is checking out some of the same compasses.
Yeah. So we went to Marid's Caress. Where's the bathhouse? Bathhouse. So we went there and then we went here. So let's assume star chart or not, origins here. He would be. Where else can he get a star chart?
I bought mine from the market when I first arrived. It's this little area by the docks. They sell things to people who've just arrived.
So everywhere.
Excellent, excellent value.
I'm just thinking, would he would retrace his steps. He would go back to that bathhouse. We should go to that bathhouse.
That's what I suggested to begin with. Just saying. Let's go to the bathhouse.
As we go, my character's gonna write himself a note.
The panty's petty AF.
So it's about an hour walk to the bathhouse. You guys find it in the same repair that it was earlier this morning. The algeic compass has collapsed into the bathhouse. There's the same murky water. And let's go with Panya. What do you want to do now that you're here?
I don't want to be proved wrong like our lovely chife over here. I just want to like look around the like walls of the bathhouse.
Sure, you're looking for... Okay, so clues on the walls. Why don't you do a perception check, please?
What is it? 11.
11? So there's nothing on the walls that are... there's no like star charts on the walls. But in your search, you notice that your guys' footprints from earlier weren't the only footprints that came through here.
Ooh.
No ink spell.
So somebody else has been here.
Can
I see where they're going? Or where they've been?
Yeah, you could do a survival check for that.
That's what I was just gonna do, a survival check. Let's try this on for size. Survival.
14.
14.
That's 23.
So, you guys see a few footsteps through the sandy floor that kind of walk around the pool a bit. You also can notice some of your guys' when you guys were walking around. The ones that aren't yours distinctly lead outside, where there is a small little indentation of a bird cage, and then they walk down the street.
Can we follow the footsteps? Do we think that's a good idea?
Footsteps. What? What were you... Oh, that's what you were doing as you were wandering around the pool without telling me. Oh, well, here. I'm going to take off this weird eagle eye piece and hand it over to you. This seems to help focus on things.
Neat.
It gives you a +4 bonus to tracking. Oh god, it just fits right into your eye socket.
Just sucks right in there.
I want to do a survival check again.
Ooh. So that's 9 plus 4, so 13.
13. As you can follow them out from the bathhouse, they go down the street. So if you guys are in the bathhouse, which is where on James's map?
Up here.
It says bathhouse. Compass.
So
bathhouse.
they go south down this street, and then they are lost in new fresh sand blown in by the wind. So they go
Damn.
south from here.
Yeah.
Is there one on the map south of here that might be of interest to us?
That we haven't already been. We were at the house of Panthera.
Panteru.
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 Yeah,
Your
Panteru.
writing
Cherry
is
gates.
horrible.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Here you can have your eyepiece back.
Oh, thank you.
Let me just pop that back in my eye.
Yeah.
It's just a glass eye we just share.
Cute.
No.
I don't have any ideas.
Neither do I. Well, I do have one, but it's somewhat risky, and I wouldn't want to get the bar put in any sort of danger, especially since they've been so kind in putting us up during this uprising.
And?
Well, if this person is wandering around and arguing with something with him and has lost a scrap of a star chart, whatever it is may too be looking for the same answers we seek. If we were to start loudly and unintelligently sharing with people our success in having pinpointed this information, they may come to us, thinking that they'd be able to get this information from us, or at least steal it from us.
Why don't we put the artifact up for auction? See who bids.
That's another thought as well.
Mm-hmm.
We can say with it is some information we were able to triangulate from the compasses of the old city in case they dropped that scrap of the map because they thought it wasn't useful. That might draw them out if we're unable to track them more fully.
Feet lead south is what I just wrote. Footprints, feet, same thing. Bathhouse, south, Temple of the Erudite Eye, shiny. I mean, the last thing we could do is go ask the dragon if she's seen any other travelers before we go.
That's also an option.
By all means, I'm just giving suggestions now that we're unable to.
You have a
follow
really
them any
good
further.
relationship with the dragons.
It's
Do
true.
I? That's
We
a debatable relationship.
We could use you as leverage to find out more about it.
You could, yes, but it's also a fucking dragon.
Before we go, I'd like to make a track check as well, just to see if maybe despite the shifting sands, there's more
Sure.
I can do
Sure.
in the circumstance.
How'd that go?
Fantastic.
Was a 20
So
minus
I rolled
no.
a 10.
A 10? You're able to track them, but not as far as she did.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Got the eyepiece and clean it.
Yeah.
It's just sand in this.
Sand everywhere.
If the feet lead south and he's checking out compasses,
If he is. Checking
Could
out
we just
compasses.
go and search that area to see if there's any other buildings of
I'm
interest?
gonna
course.
before we go any which way, I'm also gonna try a
Sure.
survival to see if I can't.
You know, plus
Plus.
4 in addition to what your normal is.
That's so gross.
Wow! This is the wall all over again.
Yeah, that's only an 11. Wait, I have more. Yeah, that's only an 11.
11?
Yeah.
You track them legitimately one step farther than Eric did,
Yeah,
but then you lose them.
that's good.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anya's still the best at it so
I'm
far.
so good at this game.
Jeez. Warn someone!
Hmm?
Warn someone before you go grabbing their eye.
It's just a glass.
Yeah.
It's not your eye.
I know, but it's like at my eye.
Oh, I apologize.
Rude?
It'd be terrible if you lost an eye.
Foreboding.
It's a good callback. It's a good callback. For those that don't know, James killed a man, and then when he was unconscious, Eric said, "Is it only fair if we follow the rules here for what happens when someone murders somebody?" And the old customs were removing an eye. Luckily, though, Chief still has 2.
I have a blind eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just cut that one out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Well, I'm out of ideas other than trying to lure them out. At this point, tracking them through the sands is obviously beyond our capabilities. We could ask Tamena, but I mean, at that point, why even bother trying ourselves?
Temenib reminds you that there were 3. I had the suggestion of the Zottel. Septi offered the Elgaic compasses, but Noct had a path of his own that he seemed of interest,
Yes, knocked.
which was a cult uprising happening in the dead side of the city.
Yeah. So I guess we should talk to Noct. Talk to Noct.
Don't hurt yourself. It's okay.
Are you all right? Is everything?
I stumbled. It's this brew that Eric keeps bringing along.
I've not shared any with you.
Not that you've known, apparently.
Ooh.
Theft is also a crime here. Why don't you
Let's
go and speak with Noct and perhaps look into this cult situation? I have other business near the temple, but I'll join you once you're done speaking with him.
If you guys are okay with it, I wouldn't mind swinging by the dragon before we head out, just to exhaust all our avenues.
You know, whatever.
Eric, falls to you.
I don't think that'd be wise. I think if this person is searching around, they would be smart enough to avoid,
A fucking dragon?
especially one that's a creature so pure and noble of spirit. If I were someone with ill intent, I wouldn't want to reveal myself to a creature like that. I would be smart and stay clear of it, or go up the back of the building, assuming they can climb walls.
You are
We can't.
just on me like white on rice today.
I've had a bad sleep.
Let's go back to town then. The dragon's probably not gonna move. Could always come back.
Sure.
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 Resounding yes from
We
Panya,
head back
the
to
party
town.
leader. Sure.
Since when am I the leader?
And Panya, the party leader. It's alliteration. It checks out.
No, Panya
Yeah.
the party pooper. That's my official title. If we go back to town, then I can at least stock
There's
up
more
on some alcohol.
alliteration.
I'm gonna look at
Checks
Temeneb
out.
in despair and just start walking back.
He's just enjoying it because that was my reaction to Panya the Party Pooper. It was a much better alliteration. So,
yeah.
yeah. But your name is Chief, so aren't you normally the leader, the chief?
Yes, normally.
So wouldn't that fall onto you here?
Yes, but at the same time, to be a leader, you must have subordinates.
So you guys are going back to.
I say to the sky.
You guys are heading back to the live part of the city.
The live part of the city.
Sure, you guys going back through the smuggler tunnels as you have been using
Yeah.
to travel through safely.
Alright.
You get back in. It's almost, I guess, it's early evening. The sun should be setting in a few hours. The city is still actually reeling from the undead uprising that occurred.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stores are still closed. A lot of people are still in hiding. The church is still using this place to mostly heal.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, your guys' room at the inn and tavern is still open. Beer still flows when people pay for it. And a few braver merchants are around. And you actually notice that a lot of the adventurers have left Wadi in this time. You guys are one of the few groups still in here.
Yeah, getting the good goods.
Hmm.
The good goods. Because when it's easy, anybody can do it, but only the...
Thank you for
Yeah.
clarifying that.
Does the
Well, you were
temple
just
have a
looking at me
second or
so
third story or
blankly.
roof access?
Yeah, it has. It's actually quite big of a temple. It takes up the majority of the center of the living side of the city,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like 3 stories, and you can go up to the roof if you wanted to.
I think I'm going to head up there,
Sure,
bringing my bow with me.
sure.
I have this bad feeling Eric's just going to...
Please don't die.
So he'll have to take fall damage and he might live.
Yes. I'll have to jump a couple of times.
Yeah. Alright. We're still going.
I'm
What are you guys going to do now that you're back in the living part of the city?
gonna go find Noct.
Not? Sure.
He's at the temple.
He's at the temple, yeah. What about you, Panya? You
I'm
gonna go
coming
drink?
with.
Are you
No,
gonna go?
I'm gonna come with.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
You guys come to Noct, and he is actually standing cliché-ly over a table with the city of Wadi there. There's a bunch of
Yes.
people around with him, and there's no pawns or anything. It's not that cliche, but they're still just kind of like this, looking around, and like just in a hushed conversation as you guys approach.
I'll draw my sword and scream. Ah!
They all look, pull out swords of their own.
Whoa!
Stop.
There's always just one guy at the table with a sword screaming.
That's not how any of this works.
That's how every campaign works.
What are you? What?
What kind of tribe did you lead? Here's the war planner. Where's our screamer? Ah! Good job.
You'll notice I was chief, not general.
It'd be better if you do not bother us during this time. Why are you here?
Well, we want to deal with that cult.
The call. Okay, yes. I was planning on sending some of my own men out if you would be willing to go in their stead.
Yes.
All right.
Knocked.
All right.
Well,
perfect.
sorry, let's start over. I was just trying to make light of the situation.
What?
When I drew my sword, you're all...
Why would you draw a sword when we were in a war with the undead?
Why would you try to make light of the situation when you're at war with the undead? I'm not actually here. I can't contribute to this.
I was trying to lighten the mood. My sense of humor is very...
He walks over to you
Thank God.
and with a small little map. He shows you where you should be going to where the cult is happening. It's called the Cenotaph of the Cynic.
Which is like.
There's a red pen right
It's
there.
about-
Right there.
No,
Yeah, I'll just
that's
go.
nice.
He just goes, it's this big building right here.
Well, thanks. You're so kind. You're such a nice person. Thanks.
You're welcome. And they go back to their table. One of them either just has some, and then they just like paint an X over the Cenotaph of the Cynic.
One of them draws their sword and screams.
Eric, what are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing, Eric?
Up top on the roof, I carefully set myself up, being as stealthy as I can, not particularly 13, in sort of one of the nooks. Pull out my, I guess I've already got my bow. I'm going to knock an arrow and try and sight that bird thing.
The
thing. The winged thing.
Oh, the
with
winged
sight.
thing, yes.
I'm just going to track its movements if I can. Figure out where it stops, what its movement
Sure,
patterns
why
are.
don't you do a perception check with your fancy eyeglass?
Fuck. I'm switching dice. My first attempt is only a 12.
Luckily, because it's daylight, it's pretty easy to see a giant winged monstrosity flying through the air. It's actually spending the majority of its time right now at the gates between the living and the dead part of the city, where, from what you can see actually from where you are, a group of Wadi soldiers are putting up a stand against the undead that are making it through the open gate.
Which would put the bird outside of my range, right?
Yes, yeah.
But it does occasionally come wandering back in on its patrols.
It does, yeah.
I'm going to keep track of those patrols and then take the arrow, put it away,
Sure.
put away my bow, and go downstairs.
Sure. All right, so they are going to be. I imagine you guys are going to be heading out right away. Do you want to do anything else in the town? Do you want to go out tonight? It's about 5:00 p.m.
I
You
feel
wanna wait
like
till the
cults
next day?
operate at night.
Okay.
There is another option.
Mm.
It appears that the soldiers at the gate to the dead part of the city are struggling to maintain their hold on the undead. It might be something we can help them with, but if the cult is more likely to actually finish this problem, we might help them more by going there first.
I'm not bothered either way.
You're just bothered when the beer's not flowing. If Noct needed help at the gates, he would tell us. I do believe he asked us. He was going to send some men, but he asked us to go in their stead to the cenotaph. So I say we go to the cenotaph, and I say we go at night. We have disguises. We all have gold masks, don't we?
You and I have gold masks.
Well, I have a pretty good disguise ability. So.
If you think it's a good idea, then certainly. Tonight works just as well as tomorrow morning.
Let's go.
All right, so we're gonna just leave this here for a moment as they are heading out under the cover of darkness. I assume you're gonna wait a few hours.
It is important at the beginning of every session for the players to wander around all the places they've just revisited and
Yeah.
make sure that no one has gone back and wrecked anything.
Yeah,
about
there's
them.
nothing missing.
Yeah, it is a very important thing all player groups must do.
All right, so we're gonna take a tiny little break for the YouTube. Just a few seconds. You just tell me when you're good on that mic.